What's up, America? It is too fucking difficult to live here in the United States in the year 2025. Holy fucking shit. I have never seen a time when people require so much necessity just to live in America, but also the price for those necessities are so high.
I got laid off from my corporate job yesterday. And I think that this is the reality for a lot of Americans right now, and it needs to be shared because America is not doing well right now. We have a 94% prediction rate that the recession's gonna come, but yet our frickin' administration hasn't even made the move to actually say that a recession's coming. And let's actually call it what it is, a depression.
For many of us, retirement is a goal that we work towards for decades. And when it finally arrives, it marks the start of our so-called golden years.
That's what they say. But more and more in this tough economy, seniors are being forced to return to the daily grind. CBS Miami's Hank Tester tells us why.
Jeanette Campbell, retired, now back at work, training, looking full-time for work full-time. And she's not alone.
I went back to work because I found myself in a difficult position where I wasn't able to pay for my mortgage or food for the house.
Jeanette, a former teacher, retired years ago. Her husband now ill. Grandson she supports has autism.
The economy has gone so high that they need that little extra money.
Maritza Lopez runs the AARP Community Service Employment Program that helps put retired seniors back to work.
A lot of them get retirement, but it's very low. It's maybe $500, $800, $1,000.
Cost of living drives seniors out of retirement. According to recent surveys, 68% cite cost of living increases. 45% there are back to work to combat boredom. For 20%, they say they have no retirement savings. Does it surprise you that 1 in 8 seniors, 65, 70 years old, are going back to work?
Of course, because we are having issues with paying our bills, finding somewhere to live. The economy is gone up sky high. So with that, we do have to get back out there.
Mr. President, the American people, slowly but surely, are catching on. No matter what their political view may be, Democrat, Republican, Independent, they understand that our current economic system is rigged. They understand that the very richest people in this country are becoming much richer, while 60% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck, and millions of people are trying to survive on starvation wages. The American people understand that while billionaires are getting huge tax breaks, they are finding it harder and harder to afford health care, to pay the rent or their mortgages, to afford child care, to be able to send their kids to college, to pay for the prescription drugs their doctors prescribe, or to buy decent quality food for their kids. The American people understand, painfully and depressingly, that unless we change the way the economy functions, their kids will likely have a lower standard of living than they do. In the richest country in the history of the world, it is likely that the younger generation will have a lower standard of living than their parents, while almost all new income and wealth goes to the people on the top.
For the first time in American history, millions of seniors are going back to work. They thought they were done. They thought they had earned their rest. But under President Donald Trump, everything costs more. And now even retirement has a price tag. In just 2 years, the basics have become luxuries. Groceries are up 25%, electricity up 40%, rent up 35%, and prescription drugs up 51%. Their pensions are shrinking, their savings drained, their fixed incomes worth half of what they used to be. So they're back on their feet, behind grocery counters, driving city buses, mopping empty offices after midnight. These are the people who built America, who fought its wars, raised its families, and paid its taxes. And now they're fighting just to survive in the country they once built. They were told that hard work would earn them peace, that America would protect them when the work was done. But the promise has broken. Today, millions of seniors are working into their 70s, not for comfort, but for survival, because the cost of living keeps climbing while the value of a lifetime keeps falling. So here's the question. If the people who built this nation can't afford to rest, if retirement itself has become another job, then what happened to the America that was supposed to take care of its own?
Thanks very much for joining me. Let's be clear. Our healthcare system today is incredibly broken, dysfunctional, and cruel. 85 million Americans are uninsured or underinsured. We pay the highest prices in the world by far for healthcare. 1 out of 4 Americans can't afford the outrageous prices of prescription drugs. We don't have enough doctors, nurses, dentists, mental health counselors, or other healthcare professionals. Our life expectancy is already far lower than other major countries. Yes, our healthcare system today is already broken. And in my view, in order to remedy that crisis, we have got to do what every other major country on earth does. Not a radical idea, and that is to guarantee health care to all people as a human right. But what I have to tell you is that in the midst of all of this, the dysfunctionality of the current healthcare system, Donald Trump and his friends are making a horrific situation even worse. In fact, they are pushing our healthcare system over the edge to the verge of collapse. Now, you think your health insurance costs are high right now? You think you're already paying the highest prices in the world for healthcare? Well, guess what? Within the next couple of weeks, millions of Americans are going to get a letter from their insurance companies telling them that their insurance premiums will double. Let me repeat. As a result of Trump's big, beautiful bill and massive cuts to the Affordable Care Act, your health insurance premiums for 24 million Americans are going to double. And maybe even worse, could get worse. As part of that big, beautiful bill, 15 million Americans will be thrown off of Medicaid and the Affordable Care Act. Studies from Yale University and the University of Pennsylvania suggest that when you throw 15 million low-income and working-class people off of the health care they have, some 50,000 people will die unnecessarily every single year. It's not hard to figure out why. If you're low income, you're working class, you're sick, you don't have any health insurance, you can't go to a doctor, you can't get into a hospital, you know what? You're going to die. 50,000 people unnecessarily every single year. But it's not just insurance premiums or getting thrown off the health care that you have. As part of these awful cuts, nursing homes in America are going to be decimated. My office has studied some of this. The nursing home situation in America today is a disaster. They're understaffed. And the way we treat the elderly and disabled who are in nursing homes is something we should be ashamed about. But guess what? When 2 out of 3 people in nursing homes are dependent on Medicaid, that situation is going to become much worse. Rural hospitals are going to be hard hit. Republicans like to talk about investing $50 billion into rural health care. But what they somehow forgot to tell you is that their cuts in the bill are $150 billion. In other words, they put $50 billion in after taking $150 billion out. That's a loss of $100 billion for rural health care. Further, we're talking about community health centers. 32 million Americans, all walks of life, get their health care, primary health care, dental care, mental health counseling, low-cost prescription drugs from community health centers. They are going to be decimated as a result of these cuts. So, my friends, this is, in my view, what this government shutdown is all about. Republicans want what they call a clean CR. And what that means, for the first time ever, what they want to do is push forward a bill and get it passed without any Democratic input. Now, in the Senate, the rules are clear. They need 60 votes. And what that means always is there has to be bipartisanship. You want 60 votes, you got to have both parties coming together. Republicans are not doing that. They're not negotiating. They're simply saying, take it or leave it my way or the highway. Well, many of us in Congress are not going to take it. So that is what this whole government shutdown is about. Now, you may not hear much of it from the media, or you may not hear it from most Democrats or Republicans, but that is the simple truth. So let me be as honest as I can be. And that is, I do not intend to vote for legislation that will allow 50,000 Americans to die unnecessarily every single year. Ain't going to get my vote. So let me conclude by asking for your help. I can give all the speeches I want. Other members of Congress can give great speeches. They do fine. But what's more important is that my colleagues hear from you. So right now I am asking people all over this country, including you, you, to share your story. I am the ranking member of the Senate Health, Education, Labor, and Pensions Committee, and I want to hear from you as to what a doubling of your health care premiums will mean for you and your family. I want to hear what it will mean if you are one of the 15 million people being thrown off the health care you have because of the massive cuts to Medicaid and the Affordable Care Act. I want to hear from you as to what it will mean if you have a family member in a nursing home and that nursing home has got to cut back on staffing because they don't have the funds or maybe even shut down. What does it mean if you're currently visiting a rural health center, you live near a rural hospital? The time is now for the American people to speak up. So I would very much appreciate hearing from you. Thank you very much.
You better get uncomfortable and lock the fuck in. Do you know how many people have lost their jobs? How many people need a better job? And everybody's just shooting their resume out to these apps. The ChatGPT generated, most of them are false resumes. A lot of people got degrees and educated. But y'all sending them to one HR lady because these companies got rid of the HR department, so it's AI generated. And you think that these motherfuckers are just going to pick you, they're going to pick the best qualified candidate that they can pay the less amount of money to if they're looking for a candidate because they already got their employees doing the fucking work. It's buy now, pay later as economy that y'all probably think that everything's okay. But it's ran on debt. And people are fucking drowning in debt. No, let's not talk about it's $130 billion worth of new cars on the car lot because nobody can buy them because they cost $40,000. Who's going out to buy a $40,000 average in this economy? So guess what? That industry's on popsicle stands. Oh, let's not talk about these malls and these big ass commercial buildings and these glass office buildings that nobody use no more. It's not like a home. They have to refinance these, and they not refinancing. They giving them back to the bank. So guess what the bank doing? The bank can't sell them to nobody because who gonna buy the bullshit? So that industry's on popsicle stands. Go look around and see how many people trying to sell their house because of the fucked up mortgages, because they got these highest interest rate. Oh, and being a homeowner is great, and they realizing these new cheap ass homes that's falling apart, they don't want them no more. So that industry fucked up. So everything's on popsicle stands. Oh, the government, they gonna come save you, right? Yeah, the government gonna come save you. They can't even come to a fucking agreement now. They shut down. And guess what? They $37 trillion in debt. And this shit just gonna magically fix itself, huh? But see, the thing, most people ain't gonna do the fucking work, right? Most people ain't gonna do the fucking work. They just gonna cry and complain. So you need to lock in and do what you gotta do. Let's not talk about the single parents, the disabled people, the people who don't have transportation, don't have all of these options. It's real as fuck out here, and people gotta understand. I'm just telling y'all what's going on. Fuck the smoke and mirrors that they feeding us. The restaurant industry, the trucking industry, everything is on popsicle sticks, and it's all backed by debt that people can't pay back. So our banking system is weakened. The US dollar is fucked up, and I'm just breaking this shit down. It's real, y'all. Wake the fuck up.
Welcome back to my channel, and thank you for clicking. This video is a video that gave me some emotions. Yeah, cause seeing these seniors going back to work, to hustle in their 90s, 80s, 70s. This is so shameful. This is really shameful. Imagine America. Let's not ignore that America is the biggest country in the world economically. So seeing people like these people, these senior people, hustling, struggling like that, it's so emotional. And this is the man that you voted for. This is the great America that he promised you guys to live in. That's great America. Yo, I don't know. It's so painful. It hurts to see people like this. Yo. Anyway, I think I have nothing to say more, cause yeah, anyway, leave a comment below and let me know if you live in America. What kind of life are you living in? Because maybe we see some people on internet crying while others are enjoying life, of course. But I think I don't need any comment from those big fishes. No. At least people who can feel the pain, seeing these people, seeing these seniors struggling like that. These are the comments that are needed here. No, those ones who can be, hey, yo. No. Anyway, thank you for watching. And credit goes to the owners of the original clips used in this video. Thank you guys. And subscribe if you haven't, please. And let's meet in another episode. Bye.